Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into how Singapore can step up its game in green initiatives for 2025. Stay tuned to find out how this small nation can make a big impact. We're talking about turning Singapore, this incredible island nation, into a global green leader. Can they pull it off? I think so, but it's going to take some serious effort. We're talking next-level green initiatives by 2025. Stay tuned because we're about to break down how Singapore can make a huge impact and maybe even inspire the rest of the world. This is the Singapore Green Challenge. First up, we've got to talk about renewable energy. Singapore, you're already doing some cool stuff with solar, but we need to crank it up to the max. Imagine entire skyscrapers covered in solar panels, soaking in that tropical sun, and don't even get me started on wind power. We can build these massive offshore wind farms generating tons of clean energy. It's like printing money, but instead of paper, it's clean electricity. Think about it. Singapore could become the renewable energy king of Southeast Asia. We're talking massive investments in solar, wind, and who knows, maybe even some crazy futuristic wave energy tech. This is about securing a cleaner future for Singapore and becoming a shining example for the world. Let's talk trash, specifically plastic. Singapore, you're known for being clean, but plastic is still a huge problem. We're talking about stricter regulations, people. Banning single-use plastics, pushing for biodegradable alternatives, the whole shebang. Imagine going to a hawker center and everything is served on banana leaves or compostable containers. How cool would that be? And here's the kicker. Singapore can lead the charge in ASEAN. Imagine a whole region saying no to plastic inspired by Singapore. We're talking about a plastic-free paradise. This is about protecting the environment, the oceans, and showing the world that change is possible. Singapore, you're already a vertical city, so why not take it to the next level with urban farming? Imagine skyscrapers with entire floors dedicated to growing fresh produce. We're talking hydroponics, vertical farms, rooftop gardens, the whole 9 yards. People could literally pick their dinner on their way home from work. This isn't just about fresh food, it's about reducing carbon emissions from transporting food. Plus, imagine how much cooler Singapore would be with all that greenery. Lower temperatures, cleaner air. It's a win-win. Let's be real, Singapore is already a car-light nation, but we can do even better. It's time to supercharge the electric vehicle revolution. Imagine streets filled with sleek electric cars, all powered by renewable energy. We're talking about government incentives, making EVs more affordable and building charging stations like crazy. And here's a crazy idea, autonomous electric taxis. Singapore could be the first nation with a completely electric self-driving taxi fleet. Talk about a futuristic and sustainable transportation system. We got to start 'em, young people. Singapore, it's time to inject some serious green energy into your education system. We're talking about integrating sustainability into every level of education, from primary school to university. Imagine kids learning about renewable energy, waste management, and conservation from day one. And it's not just about textbooks and lectures, it's about hands-on experience. School gardens, recycling programs, field trips to solar farms, the works. We need to create a generation that's passionate about protecting their planet. Singapore, you're a leader in Southeast Asia, so let's use that influence for good. It's time to rally the ASEAN nations and create a regional green pact. We're talking about sharing knowledge, technology, and resources to tackle climate change together. Imagine a united front against pollution, deforestation, and unsustainable practices. This is bigger than just Singapore. This is about the entire region working together to create a sustainable future for everyone. We're talking about a cleaner, greener, and more prosperous Southeast Asia for generations to come. Singapore, you're already known for your stunning architecture, but let's make it sustainable too. We're talking about green buildings that are energy efficient, use recycled materials, and have a minimal environmental impact. Imagine skyscrapers covered in vertical gardens, generating their own energy and collecting rainwater. This isn't just about looking cool, it's about reducing energy consumption and creating healthier living spaces. Singapore could become a global leader in green architecture, setting new standards for the world to follow. Let's face it, waste is reality, but it doesn't have to be a burden. Singapore, it's time to become a waste management warrior. We're talking about cutting-edge recycling programs, composting initiatives, and maybe even some crazy futuristic waste-to-energy plants. Imagine a Singapore where almost nothing goes to waste. We can turn food scraps into compost, plastic into building materials, and even generate energy from garbage. This is about creating a circular economy that's good for the planet and good for Singapore. Singapore, you're already a top tourist destination, but let's make it even better by becoming a green tourism paradise. We're talking about eco-friendly hotels, sustainable tours, and showcasing the amazing natural beauty that Singapore has to offer. Imagine tourists exploring lush rainforests, kayaking in pristine waters, and learning about Singapore's incredible biodiversity. This is about attracting eco-conscious travelers and proving that sustainability and tourism can go hand in hand. This isn't just about the government or big corporations. This is about everyone in Singapore coming together to create a greener future. We need every single person to step up and be a part of the solution. Imagine communities organizing clean-up drives, families reducing their carbon footprint, and schools competing to be the greenest in the nation. This is about creating a culture of sustainability where everyone feels empowered to make a difference. We're all in this together. Singapore, you've got the potential to be a global green leader. You're innovative, you're resourceful, and you're not afraid of a challenge. So let's do this. Let's make 2025 the year Singapore shocks the world and becomes the greenest nation on Earth. Remember, every small step counts. Let's make 2025 the year Singapore leads the green revolution. As the great Mahatma Gandhi once said, the future depends on what we do in the present.